All right, I am not Steve. This is not Vorslung Suspension, and we are not in Whistler, BC, Canada, but this is the Sunday Soon. So right now we're looking at the damper from my new RUX that I got on my downhill bike. It's not new, it's new to me. It's the 2017. This is the PCS R2C2 damper, so it's got adjustable high and low speed, rebound, and compression. So I got this thing all apart because I haven't been too happy with how it's been working, especially the rebound. But before we get to that, let's kind of like just go over how this thing works. So this is framing. This is the compression piston. This is the check valve. High speed works like this, where it's actually using the check valve to block off the ports for the high speed circuit rather than changing the preload like how most high speed adjusters work. And then for the actual high-speed shim stack, we got these 3 shims here. They're all the same size, and there's only 3 of them. I'll go through all the exact details of the shims when I look in destacker or restacker, but the main thing to take away on the compression shim stack is because they're all the same size, they're all crimped. Framing, there we go. They all got crimped in, I guess, 5 years of use. I don't know when they actually were crimped, but if you don't know, when you get the crimp lines in the shim, they're toast. You want to avoid that when you design like a shim stack. So the low speed compression adjuster on this is also a little weird. It has this little needle valve here that moves in and out with your clicker, but it's also spring loaded. So what ends up happening is most of the time, almost all the low speed compression settings, except for like totally super full open, no, you actually have to overcome that spring force on the needle in order to enter the low speed circuit. It's really weird, and it's a pretty stiff spring. Like, so it's almost kind of like you have like they're like trying to make a pedal platform, but this is a downhill fork, so we don't want that. Like you can see like that's the amount of push down on that thing, and that's basically that. This is the fully closed low speed compression circuit. It has to compress the needle that much just to get the needle to open. Then, and then the rest of the compression area, you got your IFP, it's spring-backed, it's pretty light spring. The annoying part you'll see when I finish putting this back together is getting the bleed screw back in the hole. But, the compression circuit from a riding perspective really hasn't been all that much of a problem. Like, it wasn't too offensively bad. The only thing I found is I was running it full open at my 155 pounds. So I put some lighter damper fluid in it. I think they use like a 30 CST Motor X. I don't know what weight that is off the top of my head, like 10. And I just had some Rock Shocks 5 weight, which is like 15 CST. But the real issue comes on the rebound side. The high speed adjuster works the same way, where it's literally blocking off ports with the check valve. But then the problem comes from the low speed rebound. At my weight, even at the lightest low speed rebound, it was way too slow. Like, it was like, is bad. Even with the lighter damper oil, that really didn't help that much. So what I ended up doing in Restacker is I actually built bleed into the high speed circuit to try and just get less low speed rebound. So I'm gonna go ahead and open Restacker and look at how my shim stack was supposed to be and put this thing back together. Oh yeah, another weird thing to note is the high speed rebound also kinda changes the low speed, even in the factory configuration, because of these ports. They open and close into the low speed circuit depending on what the position of the high speed is. They're kind of like opening midway up into the needle, so they probably don't have much of an effect, but it's just strange. Like, you could see I went from full open on the high speed to one click from full open, and that hole now goes midway up the low speed needle, which is in there. The low speed needle doesn't have any weird BS with the spring actuation. The other kind of issue is the needle, the adjuster for the rebound's a little exposed, and the shafts are aluminum, so you can see this one's all dinged the fuck up. And like, there's almost nothing left for the high speed to grab on. So I might end up having to like build this back up with epoxy and then refile the hex flats onto it to make the high speed work again. Okay, so also same thing with the rebound, with the compression, but even worse on the rebound is, look at how crimped these are. This, like, it's almost splitting. So this thing was probably another season away from like the shim stack just breaking, which obviously is not good. Oh no. So that stuff's keyed. So we're doing a 10 by 0.1. See, that doesn't cover the port like at all. So there's my extra low speed bleed. And then we're doing a 16, which is the standard outside diameter. We're looking for the one that says 6/1610. This one here. And we're doing one of those. Then we're doing a 6/1410. or sorry, a 61014. Come on. Oh, we dropped it. Oh, we dropped it again. Get in the friggin' bag, motherfucker. Oh, I think that was the first F-bomb in this video. Probably wasn't. We made it past 8 seconds, boys. 6, 10, 12 to finish off the shim stack. So you can see, like, what do I have 2 of these? No, just 1. I don't know why. Oh, I think I have the 12. I think I bought extra 12s in case I wanted to decrease the amount of bleed on the first shim, because it'll partially cover the holes. So you see on my shim stack, I taper the shims. The reason that I'm doing that, and literally everybody else who does shim stacks does that, is so that you don't crimp the shims. Because when you have this tapered shim stack, the point that the shim flexes about is different for each shim. When you do all your shims the same diameter, they all bend at the stop nut diameter, so you end up bending all of them right there, and they experience more stress and they get crimped like that. So you can also notice that this stop nut is stepped and then top hatted. So for some reason, Suntour really wanted to do choke flow stuff in the high-speed circuit of this. Not only do they adjust the high speed by closing ports, making you more likely to choke flow, but then they also put this top hat on here to limit the stroke of the shim stack. They might have also put the top hat on here just to limit the stroke of the shim stack to prevent it from crimping, but obviously that didn't work. But you could see from here, they don't give you very many shims in the shim stack to like tune with. So I really have no idea what they're actually doing when they do a custom tune for you and you order directly from the website. All right, so here's the rebound assembly put back together. The seal's dry right now, and even now the friction's really not that bad. So the rebound assembly slips right up in here. We'll put that on loosely. And then we'll build the base valve. So on the base valve, I didn't change too much, and we might have to do some hokey shit because for some reason they chose to do 10.5 millimeter ID shims, and that's not a standard size. So I basically ordered my compression shim stack, or my base valve shim stack, which is the compression circuit on this, because the mid valve has a check valve, in both 11 millimeter and 9 millimeter. I think the 11s will be fine. They're not going to be too crappy, but we'll see. I also found 2 random ball bearings that don't go to the clickers on this one, on my floor, so I don't know where they came from. So let's see what we got. We got 20, 18, 16. Is this going to be too sloppy? Maybe. I think it's going to be fine. What's a little bit more low-speed bleed? I can always close it. What's funny is, yes, I'm... Ooh, that one's dirty. That one's got like hair on it. Is I'm changing this shim stack. Oh, it doesn't have... But I'm not... According to Restacker, I'm not changing it that much. Like, and I think that's a function of the porting on this. It just, it's just so restrictive that I didn't hardly change the high speed by going from 3 shims that were the same OD and thickness to 3 shims that are like tapered. Oh, shit. That ain't that. I don't know how I did this before. I guess we kind of held it like this. And used the wrench. How the hell did I loosen this? Like this. Click. Okay. And then, how the heck did this go back together? That goes there. Okay, that's where the base valve goes. Nope. Must be this way. Oh, yeah. There we... Oh, fuck me. This pin just prevents the assembly from turning too far and pulling out. So that's how this goes together. The base valve goes into the bottom of there. Duh. Oh, that didn't feel right. Yep, I had the base valve crooked. Now it's seated correctly. Okay, so how do we tighten this back together? Well, like so. I took the foot nut off. That's why I have this diameter, but that was unnecessary. So we're gonna put the main body in here. Oh, no, first we're gonna put the rebound body in here so that we can tighten the gland nut in for the rebound. Oh, you need to spend $200 on the BBI thing to work on your freaking shocks. Nah, get out of here. You just need a random scrap of wood, a saw, a drill press, and the right size drills. Yep. Why did I put it awkwardly upside down like that? And I don't have the right drill? I mean, the right wrench? You'll see. Well, I don't have the right wrench because I don't have the right wrench for this for some reason. But I put it so that I'm going to have an awkward time tightening this because I was too lazy to take it in and out of the vise again, because now we're going to fill it with suspension fluid to bleed it. And I got to go get suspension fluid. There it goes. That wouldn't close. There we go. I don't know if you can hear that over the sound of my heater. Okay, so let's look at the stock RUX. So, starting with my problem area, I filled in all my stuff here. I had to make my own geometry file for the rebound because it doesn't actually close fully. But this is what we got going on for the shim stack. 6mm ID, 16mm OD, 0.2 thick. There's two of them, and then the top nut is basically this. And with how it calculates, it works out fine with this setup here. And this is more or less what we're getting for damping with the high speed all the way open. So close the high speed like in the middle. Interesting. That's not cool. Okay, let's try again. It's being weird. I think it's because of OBS. Okay, there we go. You can see it starts to pick up again. Close it all the way down. Did it again. Probably should check. Does this work? Oh, okay, there we go. Now you can see it's really, if I was closing the low speed clicker, it'd be going real crazy. So put that back. We'll ignore the mid compression valve. I tried to model it in here, but it just freaks out. It doesn't understand what to do with just a check valve. So, and this is the base compression. And this is what I was running it at. 10 clicks from closed out of 16. 1 click closed on the rebound. It has 10.5mm ID shims and it's got 320 ODs that are 0.1 thick, and then this is the shape of the top nut. This is what looked like we were getting for compression. You close the high speed all the way, you get something that looks like this. So on the what valving I ended up going with, oh, let me rerun this. So what I ended up going with for rebound valving is that 10mm shim to create an extra bleed is 0.1, a 16, a 14, and a 12, all 0.1. This is the same stack thickness as the original stack, same clamp nut, and this is what it looks like closing the high speed 4 and going 9 clicks in. So right there, 0.2, we're right about 2, and close to 5 at 1, and then we go here, 0.2. Is this all the way open? Did I rerun it? Hold on, let me make the scales for Z the same, for Y. Just let it go off the scale. There we go. So it's right about 2, and then, oh, I'd call it 6.5 at 1 meter per second. So I managed to soften it up. Maybe we go another click tighter on the high speed. What? Lock U to 30. And we're getting there, but we did actually want this rebound to be faster. Oh boy. Okay. Oh wow. That actually works. And what you're going to see in the high speed was actually this. I still ran it full open because I need to reduce the force down here some more still, I believe. But let's compare the base valves. So what I kept the same stack thickness. I just went 20, 18, 16 instead of all 20s. Make this also 10. And if we look back and forth, we're looking pretty similar. Got almost nothing, and like 1 1/3 versus basically nothing, about 1 1/4. And that's with the same clicker settings. Really didn't change too much.